Yo, what's up guys? It's your boy Looney. Today I'm dropping the most underrated investing tip I've learned after 3 years in the game. It's not clickbait and it's not some wild strategy. It's something that actually changed my results and my mindset, for real. But before we get into it, quick shout out to the Discord. It is free to join, and then I also offer a premium membership. It's $8 a month. I have other payment options, but I offer one-on-one coaching. I do trade callouts. I have an option selling course. I do giveaways and more. You can check it out. All the links to that are in the description. But this one tip has shifted and helped me stop over trading, avoid emotional moves, and stay consistent. Even on dips we saw in April with trade talks, tariff wars, some strikes and wars, but everyone was panicking. Most people overlook this strategy because it's not flashy. But if you actually apply this one tip, it compounds over time. So here it is. And that is time is better than timing. That's it. Staying in the market is almost better than trying to time the market almost all the time. You won't always catch the top or bottom, but that's not the goal. The goal is to be consistent. So whether I was up big or down heavy, just staying invested or slowly averaging in has beaten all the fancy plays that I would have done as a beginner. Now, if we just look back at this year, I deposited around $5,000 into my account and was quickly erased by all the volatility. Now, on a long-term basis, this is neglected. So we could see black swan events like a war or a trade tariff talk or just some kind of news that comes out and the market gets hit hard like we saw in April or Liberation Day. And since then, we could see that we're finally up. My account is up 12%, slightly beating the market. But the point is that we are green. And it goes to show you that short-term volatility is really just a distraction from the long-term goal. Because on a long term, the market tends to go up. Now, that doesn't mean go all in. So just because I'm saying make sure you're constantly invested, that doesn't mean to have all your money invested. So I'm personally investing right now, but I'm being very cautious. I'm being cautious because we're seeing everything just go up. There seems like a bubble. Everything is bullish and things are tending to just go up. So although I am bullish as well, I don't want to go all in and have this bubble pop or get round tripped like we see with crypto and altcoins. So instead, I'm doing small amounts. So I'm investing very small amounts, smaller than usual. And if we do see some sort of black swan event or increased volatility, then I'll hit a little bit harder and start investing more. So I have that buying power right there. And technically, that is investing as well because I'm earning interest on that 4,000. So like back in April, the market did tank. It was ugly. There seemed like there was no hope for the market and everyone was just yelling a recession. And there was a crash incoming. We saw institutions talking about it, big banks, and everyone's just saying, get out now. But me, myself, I did not sell anything. I just held, I stuck to my strategy, and I just kept dollar cost averaging. And that's why my portfolio is up almost 12%. And some plays that I timed really good, like Robinhood or SoFi, are up massively. So let's actually show those right now. So I waited for a volatile time to invest. If we look at SoFi, I didn't time it perfectly, but I still stayed invested. And I got these shares by selling puts. And that's what I promote on my Discord, and I give callouts for that. But we could see early this year, it dipped below that $10. Now, ideally, I wish I got it under $10, but again, you can't time this perfectly. So instead, I sold puts at $11, $12, somewhere around there, and I got assigned 4 times, and that's when my average cost is $11.29. And since then, I am up almost 90%. So this one was timed really good, and then we'll show another one that is timed really good, and I didn't invest heavy. So Robinhood, this one is a very beginner level strategy. And it's just dollar cost averaging, putting $2 a day, and I'm choosing that amount just because I want to be very conservative. I'm very bullish on Hood, but the market, I'm getting a little cautious because it is sort of seeming like overbought or a bubble. The VIX is very low. It's around that 15 mark. So I want to wait for some more volatility to actually do a little bit more than just $2 a day. But if you're a beginner, $2 is perfect. $2 a day is basically less than a coffee. You're basically, instead of buying half of a coffee, you're putting $2 into the market. And I started this back in April, and there was massive fear. And now you can see I'm up 70% on this position alone. Now we can look at another one like Riot that actually I didn't time well. So this is one of the stocks that I went all in at the beginning of the year. This is where I was selling puts, and I basically lost that 5,000, or that 5,000 turned into shares. And I just simply held. I held through the volatility. If we go back to here and we look at April, it was down massively, down to $6, and my average cost is $9. So I was very negative. And I didn't do any fancy strategies. I guess the one fancy is I kind of did a bullish strategy, and that's I bought a Riot call. We'll get into that one in a second. But just simply holding these shares, I'm now up 56%. Now, am I going to be up 56% next year? Who knows? But in the long term, I'm okay with holding this stock and just letting it appreciate and just compound over time. And that's why I'm selling options as well with it, so I can collect that income and generate passive income and maybe reinvest those premiums back into this stock or some other opportunity. But yes, this Riot buy call option, this was basically a double down. So I saw there was very volatile, or Riot was very oversold. So I decided to do a bullish strategy. And this one only cost me $400. And I don't know if this is a beginner level strategy, but the actual amount of money you needed to do this trade is pretty beginner level. You needed $400, and now I'm up 600, or 150%. So this one was timed really good. But the point is you don't have to time it. You can see that Riot, I didn't time it perfectly. Mara is another one that I didn't time it perfectly. You can see my shares are 16.42. I'm only at 4%, but I'm okay with that. I'm okay with holding this long term. If it dips even further, I'll just sell more cash secured puts, try to keep buying it at lower prices. So this isn't some sort of cracking the code or genius strategy. You just don't panic and just trust the process. So what I do now is I just automate my investments by doing those reoccurring. I'm also doing it with crypto. Crypto, we saw massive volatility earlier this year. Something like Shiba, I was down 30%, and again, just held it through and did my dollar cost averaging. Now, again, I'm down 11%, but I know in the long term, I will be just fine. So it's not about being perfect. You don't have to time this perfectly. Obviously, people are making 4,000% returns, but as long as you're invested or present in the market long enough, your strategy should work. You should let your strategy just work. So yeah, that is the most underrated tip. Just stay invested. Just stay in the market, and time compounds. So if you're just constantly investing, building a position, you will build that portfolio, whether you're doing a dividend position where you could reinvest those dividends, or selling options and then reinvesting that premium, or just investing in crypto and just waiting for some sort of run. It really helps just by constantly compounding your portfolio. And if you're about building long-term wealth, don't forget to smash that like button and drop your biggest investing lesson in the comments. And if you want to see my trades in real time, the premium Discord is in the description. Peace.